What's up, YouTube? It's your boy P Kid. This is Chicago Bulls Breeze. We are now getting into the second half of the season, technically, coming after the All-Star game, looking at the Chicago Bulls and what they can do. And we asked the question, can they really move up in the Eastern Conference? And I have to sit here and ask this, and I have to say it being a hopeful, being a little bit of a homer, a little bit. I have to give you that caveat because petite. It's going to be a tough road. When we initially came into, coming around game 30, 35 or so, we said that the Bulls had one of the easier schedules toward the end of the season. That was when we didn't really know where people was going to really like shape up and shape out. I mean, I think realistically, we beat the Bucks. Don't get me wrong. We're hopeful about that situation, but we got to play them real soon. We got to play the Kings real soon. They on the heater. Cavaliers always seem to have our number. By the way, the Cavaliers just beat us by 3. So I mean, I'm not sitting there saying that it's going to be a wash. I'm not going to say we're not going to be competitive. The question is, can we come up? Can we like rise in the East against these particular teams? And again, it's going to be a tall task. Now, I am hopeful. I do believe that the Chicago Bulls will gain ground as we get into the middle of these upcoming games. I'm going to read off some of those names in just a second. But coming out of All-Star break, tough. Celtics right now, I'm not going to look at did we compete earlier, stuff like that. We may even won. I forgot what we did against them earlier. Maybe I should have looked that part up. But, I mean, right now, I think everyone's going to put their foot on the pedal. Maybe an L. The Pelicans have really been coming. Zion has actually been playing really well. I know he's getting a lot of heat earlier this season. He definitely has not lived up to the hype. What I mean by that is we know he has the ability. We know he has the physical stature to actually be the man in the league, but it's one of those things where he had all the tools necessary, just didn't seem to work out for a variety of different reasons. Now his story is not over, but I'm just saying he's playing well. They're playing well. They're playing better. No one's really checking for them right now. They probably should. The Bucks are. I mean, we play the Pistons. That's a wash. I think we always do good against the Pistons. It would be kind of just our fortune to lose against them, but I think I don't even believe that they've won 10 games yet. If they have, oh well. I mean, like, who's checking for them? I think that's a dub. Then we have the Cavaliers, Bucks, Kings, Jazz, Warriors, Clippers, Mavericks, Pacers, Clippers again, and then we finally get to a point where it's like we can finally gain some ground where we play the Wizards, the Trailblazers, the Rockets before we play the Celtics again, just to play the Wizards again, and so on and so forth. What I'm saying is this: it's going to be tough, not impossible, but tough. I will say this to really encapsulate what this means. Since these are not 7-game series, Paul Pierce, I said this on a Windy City Breeze today. I'm going to say it again here. Paul Pierce has a quote that I think is a crazy quote. I think it really does epitomize people who are in these situations. When he was talking about LeBron James, they asked him, well, did he think he was better than LeBron James? He said no. But on any given day, he can be. And that's a cold line. And when you look at the Chicago Bulls, are the Bulls better than the Cavaliers? No. But on any given day, they can be. They can win a game against them. Are they better than the Pelicans? I would say no. But on even any given day, they can be. And so on and so forth with the Bucks, the Kings, Clippers, Warriors, all of these teams who we know on paper, walking into it, we are probably not better than. But one game, just one game, if we pull it together, if we string it together, we can be. And all we really need to do is string together a handful of the games that we think that we're going to lose. No one really has us beating the Clippers, but we have to play them twice. I don't need to win both games. I need to win one. I need to beat the Mavericks. I'm playing the Pacers two times. I don't need to win both games. I need to win one. I need to beat the Cavaliers. I mean, realistically, I don't believe we play them again. We don't play them. We need to beat the Cavaliers. We need to beat the teams that we know we can't beat. We need to beat the Wizards. We need to beat Atlanta. We need to beat Atlanta. We need to beat the Rockets. We need to beat Detroit. Those games we absolutely have to beat. There's no questions about it. We have to beat those teams handedly. But these games against those better teams, we can take a split and still gain ground. We can actually take a moment here and be realistic, about who some of these teams that we're playing to gain some ground. Now, again, I'm not expecting us to sit here and go 10 in a row or anything like that at any stretch of this schedule. Because I think we are layered in to have a good schedule. We play the Nets at some point too in March. That may be a layup for us as well before we go into playing some another tough team in the Timberwolves. There's just certain pockets within this schedule where we can string together some wins, probably take a dip, string together some wins, probably take a dip, and really end the season again slightly above 500. Now, will that be enough to actually be a definitive playoff team? I don't know. No one can tell you that. We also don't know what the schedule of the other teams and what they're going to go through, injuries, things of that nature. All of that plays a part into this. But what I will say is, it's possible. And the one thing I will actually add is the Bulls are, I'm not going to say definitively, but they're in a good position to be a play-in team. Again, they're 4 games behind the Magic, which is not something that you want to see, not something that you really, really want to deal with. But I will say this: the Magic have a much tougher schedule. That's a lie. The Magic do not have a much tougher schedule coming out here. Jesus Christ, what did we just do? So yeah, let's be hopeful about that. But I will say this: the epitome of our season will come down to how we close it out. Last season, we actually had a rocky start, injuries, whatever, what have you. And then after All-Star break, we took off. We could have the same type of synergy here. Again, I'm not saying that we're better than these teams flat out. In the playoff series, we may get smoked by the Cavaliers, we may get smoked by the Bucks. But in a situation where we just have to play 1 or 2 games selectively, we can catch somebody sleeping, we can catch somebody snoozing, and we can actually climb those Eastern standards. But I want to hear your thoughts. We're ninth in the conference. We're playing team for sure. We're definitely 3 games ahead of Atlanta. I think is the next one, if I'm not mistaken. Forgive me if I am. Just looking at it, yeah, we're 2 games ahead of Atlanta. I don't believe Atlanta is going to gain much ground. They practically should have sold off half their people anyway. So we are in a situation where we are going to be in some way, shape, or form playing competitive basketball for a potential playoff spot. So it's not the end all be all. However, we do want to know, and we would love to see us gain more ground and be in not in a play in spot, but a definitive play off spot. But I want to hear your thoughts. What is left for the say? Put it in the chat. I'll be in there with you. Till next time. Peace.